Hello again, everybody. It's Plowboy's Ghost Channel. Today I brought you back out to the property. We're going to do a little more shooting. What we're going to shoot today is we're going to kind of test. You know, I had bought a box of these Aria Ballistic Engineering 41 Magnum. It says plus P plus 293 grain hard cast alloy, wide flat nose at 1500 foot per second, 1469 foot-pounds, and a TKO of 25. I believe when I talked to Jason Salvini of Aria Ballistic Engineering about this load months and months ago, on my first box of them, which I've not shot yet, that was tested in a 6 or a 6.5 inch barrel. Well, today I'm going to be shooting it out of a 4 5/8 Blackhawk. Yes, I have a 6.5 at home, but this is the gun I tote the most when it comes to the of all the Blackhawks I've got. So I thought I'd just be the one I'd test it with, would be the one that I tote the most. And we're going to shoot water jugs today. Now listen, I don't have any way at this very moment. I am seriously considering buying a Garmin, whatever the designation model is of that chronograph. That's awful expensive, but I just don't know that I care about the little shoot through ones that everybody seems to have a lot of trouble with. So I'm seriously considering buying that Garmin. No, can't afford it, but screw it. You know, I kind of want to see what some of my hand loads run, and you know, and like if I have my hands on quite a few different loads of, let's say, Aria Ballistic Engineering's ammo, I'd like to test the velocity, because there's a lot of people opine, or there's been a few people opine that with that 293 grain bullet that 1500 foot per second is quite optimistic, and it might be. But I want y'all to understand something. The use for which I would carry this load if I were choosing it for, you know, defense against a game animal or a dangerous animal or whatever, the velocity matters, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to hard cast, heavy hard cast, the velocity doesn't matter as much as most people think it does, and that's my opinion. I've got to state first of all, you know, that here I'm no expert. I don't own an ammunition company, and we're about to shoot water jugs, which has no relation whatsoever to living mammalian tissue. So it does not matter what this does. This doesn't tell you how it would take out a Cape buffalo, but then again, I don't have my own African hunting ranch, preserve, what the hell ever. So this is what I can do. This is a poor boy in Alabama doing stuff. Hope it's worth watching. Let's shoot some of these damn jugs and see what happens. I've got, I think, 14 of them lined up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of them lined up. Yeah, I can count. I got that many fingers and toes. And let's just see how many that will go through if I can hit it straight. There's a lot of things can go wrong, and the first indication something's going to go wrong is yours truly is the one behind the camera and the gun. You'll see in a minute. Woo! I'm here to tell you that load recoils. All right, y'all, maybe I got all the water off the lens. That load recoils more than I expected it to. Nothing major and punishing, but, well, I'm soaked. Yeah, it bucks a little bit more than I expected it to. Maybe I got all the water off the lens. Let's count and see what the carnage is here. All right, we got 2 jugs on the ground. That's one water jug dead. 2, 3, okay, that one might have been first or second. It splayed that out pretty good. Let's see what we got for tracking the wound channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we've got a bullet in number 12, y'all. We have captured a bullet. Jug number 12. Let's look and see. You know, here's the thing. It's hard cast. It shouldn't be mushroomed. Don't want it to be mushroomed. You know why? Because I want them driving pretty much straight. And I want them driving deep. And that appears to me to have done just that. Now, there. Let me get the y'all shadow and everybody else out of the light here. That bullet, other than the rifling marks, and it's gas checked, as you can see, that looks like it could be fired again. There's almost no deformation whatsoever other than the rifling marks. Jason Salvini, that is truly hard cast, and I think it did a fine job. 12 water jugs. How do we compare that? It's almost like we need a comparison, don't we? And y'all, it drove pretty straight. I had them turned this way. You know what? I veered a little to the left until it got here, and it punched us, the 12th one. Right here, it punched it, but it didn't come through. It drove pretty straight through all of that, but it did veer to the left just a little bit. But you know, that could be from my angle starting out. I've not been known as the straightest shooter when it comes to bullets. I'll shoot you straight on the rest of it. Let's see. Should I shoot something else? And for comparison's sake, let's see. Back of my truck's wet now. I brought some jacketed hollow point. We know those ain't going to drive deep. Sorry, Jason, I got your box wet. I brought some of my 260 grain with I know it's a 250F bullet, but it's that bullet weighs 260 grains. We might shoot something else. Me line how many more jugs I got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Y'all, I don't have enough jugs to do this. Let's shoot a jacketed hollow point through it just for the heck of it. Hang on a minute. Let me set y'all back up and reload with some jacketed holler pointers. Be right back. Y'all, I need windshield wipers on my glasses. This was entirely too close. Okay, let's see what we got here, if it can tell us anything. Hang on, let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. All right, let's see here. We got one on the ground that it went through, I think. 2. There's a piece of lead in that. Okay, now these are older Hornady. There's a couple of pieces of lead in that. These are older Hornady jacketed hollow points with the lead exposed on the nose. So they won't hold together like an XTP will. But so it went through 4, 5. I believe this is the 5th one. Okay, we got lead deposited back here in the 3rd one. And we've got the rest of it appears to be here in the 5th one. Now, why is this significant? Because I see a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, doing caliber cartridge comparisons, and they're doing it with the wrong kind of bullet. A lot of them are taking a hollow point or a jacketed hollow point, however you want to look. It's mostly all jacketed hollow points. And that's what they're shooting for penetration tests. How deep will it go? Well, that don't mean, you know, like Tim Sundle's a Buffalo Bore says, you know, these hollow points, they're designed to be like parachutes. When they expand, it's going to, you know, bring the penetration to a halt pretty quickly. So that's why if you're in the woods and you want to stop something that's, you know, let's say a little bit heavier boned, heavier skinned, more muscle or whatever, if you're toting hollow points, I think you're out of your mind. What did that go through? The bullet started coming apart and we got 5 jugs out of it versus 12 jugs for the hard cast heavy. And that bullet there was 210 grains when it started. It's probably still pretty close to it, but it's, you know, spanned out in several pieces, several jugs. You know, I'm not saying that that's not a good bullet for, you know, a lot of things, defense, whatever, especially against, you know, people or whatever you smaller, lighter skin thread is. But that's not what you want. Yeah, it's getting on my nerves too. That's not what you want in the, I think I just made it worse. It's not what you want in the woods against something that's bigger, heavier, thicker, meaner. Once again, I'm no expert. Just a lay person, a plow person, and I'm giving you what I got. I used to shoot water jugs back in the early 90s. First time I did that, I guess, was with my first or second pistol. It was either a Ruger P85 9mm or that Beretta 92 FS. I watched Lethal Weapon movie, and oh Lord, I had to have me a Beretta 92. I still like that gun. I just don't care for the caliber. It's a weenie caliber, in my opinion. And you know, it's better than a pointy stick, but not much. So what I'm seeing here, you know, I was back then, I shot water jugs, and I was looking for that expansion. I was shooting, you know, the original black talons, 147 grain subsonic black talons out of 9mm, and you know, them things, you know, curl back wicked and kind of cool and whatever. But y'all, that ain't what the doctor ordered for something that needs penetration. And that big old nose, that big old me plat on that 293 grain, that's going to do a lot of the work. That's going to do a lot of good. And you're going to punch through most things. You're going to punch two holes, a leak in, a leak out, you know, through and through, depressurize on 2 points. And you know, in a handgun, people talk about energy transfer and hydrostatic shock. I don't care how experienced you are. I don't care what you've been doing your whole life. I just don't see that as being a factor, if it's even possible, out of a handgun at, you know, let's say 1,500 foot per second. I don't know how much hydrostatic shock you're getting, and I don't believe that's a subtle science anyway. That's almost like climate change. Yeah, the climate's changing, but who's causing it? What's causing it? It's been changing throughout the history of the planet. Well, I feel kind of the same way with this. Bullets have been stopping threats, big and small, since long before the velocity was there. So that's my opinion. That's one plow's opinion. I'll take the 12 jug penetrator, and I think that's pretty daggum decent. You know, we're gonna test a few other things. I'll take that over the, you know, in the woods, over the parachute. You know, the thin penetrator. Just my opinion. I had someone say, hey man, we like 41 Magnum, cool, but what about some more 45 Colt content? Well, y'all, I got a couple of different loads, a few different loads of the same companies for testing on this very subject right here. And I'm going to do some more water jug testing, more water jag testing, and see what I believe it was a 420 grain. Was it 420? That other Aria Ballistic Engineering. And then I've got for 45 Colt. And then I've got some lighter ones, and I believe one of them's like a 360. Y'all, I didn't bring it with me, and I know I shouldn't be trying to quote numbers if I can't remember them off the top of my head. And then we're going to test the Charter Arms Bulldog to the point of almost lunacy. I won't say it's absolutely insane, but I've got an Aria Ballistic Engineering 275 grain, right around an air load, that's I'm told that it's running at or less pressure than 45 ACP, and Charter Arms puts 45 ACP with a bigger hole in that Bulldog. So I'm gonna run them out of that Bulldog, which I know, according to Brian Pierce, is tier 2 safe, but I believe he and Tim Sundles might have been a little bit different opinion about it or something there for a minute. I don't know how that's changed or how it shook out, because Tim Sundles is acting like on his website, they was, you know, on Buffalo Board's website, there was a bunch of things there. He didn't even seem to want you to use standard weight, you know, in the Bulldog, like it wasn't going to hold up to it. And you got Brian Pierce saying it's tier 2 capable. Well, I believe Brian's probably right on the issue, because that frame, that stainless steel frame on that gun don't have a side plate. And it is small, it is light, but I believe it's more solid and sturdy than some people believe it is. Now, I'm not just going to sit and shoot the top tier 44 special out of it, but I believe it'll handle anything to 45 ACP pressure, you know, standard 45 ACP pressure. So we're going to show some of that down here. We'll come down here and shoot jugs, and if I ain't got a, you know, I'm saving some of these right here too for the eventuality of me getting a chronograph, because I kind of like to see what they're doing out of various different barrel lengths. I don't believe this stuff will fit in my new Taurus model, new, you know, old but new to me Taurus model 415. I believe the cylinder's too short for that, and therefore I won't get to test it in that, but that's okay. That's not why I have that gun. So y'all, I'm gonna go dry off, and I appreciate y'all watching, and we're gonna move on and do some more shooting. We're gonna test some more things through water jugs, just in case we're ever attacked by water jugs. We want to know, I want to know, am I going to be safe if I'm attacked by 12 to 14 water jugs? And y'all, this is no laughing matter. Okay, a little bit. But anyway, talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching.